Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News from TayNin Radio and Television Station. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, in the morning of December 19, 2019, Ms. Leonis Torres Rivera, the ambassador of the Republic of Cuba in Hanoi, her staff, and her husband, Mr. Carlos Everett Amores Banbin, and Consul General of Cuba in Ho Chi Minh City, Ms. Indira Lopez, visited TayNin. Secretary of TayNin Provincial Party Committee, Mr. Phạm Vic Thanh, and Vice Chairman of Provincial People's Committee, Mr. Trần Văn Chiến, together with leaders of provincial departments, sincerely welcome and work with the delegation.
The Secretary of TayNin Provincial Party Committee briefly introduced the geographical position, some outstanding features of the social economy in TayNin, and expressing the warm feeling of the people in TayNin for Cuba. There are more than 29 countries and territories investing in TayNin province, with 313 projects, total registered capital of more than $6,440 million. However, at present, there are no investment projects from Cuba. The Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee emphasized that the orientation of investment cooperation in coming time is to prioritize the attraction of the projects with advanced technology, environmentally friendly, effective use of resources, land, and to focus on supporting industry, agriculture serving industry, and added services, high intellectual content, information technology, science and technology services, selectively attract processing industry and high-tech industry, giving priority to the development of projects with products with competitive advantages. Ambassador of Cuba, Ms. Leonis Torres Rivera, also confirmed that the diplomatic relations, solidarity, support, and comprehensive cooperation between Vietnam and Cuba have been constantly maintained and developed. Economic trade exchange between the two countries has been increasing over time. In 2008, it was $497 million, and in 2011, it increased to $174.3 million. In particular, Vietnam has a trade surplus with Cuba, mainly rice, coal, electronics, and electrical appliances. After that, the Cuban delegation visited the relic of the South Vietnam Revolutionary Temporary Government, where the Cuban embassy was located from 1969 to 1975. In the afternoon of the same day, the delegation visited Cao Đài Holy See. After the meeting, Ms. Leonis Torres Rivera, ambassador of the Republic of Cuba in Hanoi, and the delegation came to visit the memorial, photographic images, and visit the houses of officers of the Ambassador Republic of Cuba in the Revolutionary Temporary Government based off the South Vietnam from 1969 to 1975. On June 6, 1969, Revolutionary Temporary Government of the South Vietnam was established at North TayNin Base. The government built bases in many places. By 1972, the base was moved to Trảng Island, Tân Lập Commune, Tân Biên District, TayNin Province. Display has also kept beautiful images between the two countries of Vietnam-Cuba during the war. Cuba sent an ambassador to the South Vietnam government in TayNin Forest to share hardships and dangers with the people of the South. Ms. Leonis Torres Rivera, ambassador of the Republic of Cuba in Hanoi, said that in the coming time, TayNin Province and Cuba will have a friendly connection, increasingly tightening the solidarity and friendship between TayNin Province with a province of Cuba. Visit to TayNin on this time is very important in promoting the relationship between Vietnam and Cuba in general, and TayNin Province with the Cuban embassy in particular, through the ambassador, promoting the image of TayNin to call upon Cuban investors to TayNin.
After the meeting with the leaders of TayNin Province in the morning of December 19, 2019, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Thể, Minister of Transport, has surveyed the traffic route by International Border Gate. Accompanying there were Mr. Phạm Vic Thanh, member of the Party Central Executive Committee, Secretary of the TayNin Provincial Party Committee, Mr. Phạm Văn Tân, Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of the Provincial People Committee.
At Mobile International Border Gate, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Thế, Minister of Transport, coordinated with Mr. Sun Chanthon, Minister of Transport and Public Works of Cambodia, to survey the pair of mobile private border gates to find solutions, reduce congestion in clearance of goods and passengers at mobile private border gate. Proceed to apply the one-stop model at this pair of border gates. Mr. Nguyễn Văn Thế, Minister of Transport, proposed that the two ministries continue to effectively implement the international treaties, agreements between the two countries in the field of transportation, such as the government's memorandum of the Vietnam-Cambodia Transport Cooperation Strategy, period 2018-2025, Vision to 2030, agreements and protocols to implement the Road Transport Agreement and annexed on maritime transport. Regarding the implementation of the one-door, one-stop model in GMS-CBTA, within the framework of the GMS-CBTA, the government of Vietnam and the Cambodia government signed a Memorandum of Understanding or MOU on the initial implementation of the GMS-CBTA agreement at the Mobile Private International Border Gate on March 6, 2006. One of the important contents of this MOU is to implement the one-door, one-stop model at the international border gate of Mobile Private. Accordingly, the two sides agreed to carry out the one-door, one-stop test with 4 steps as scheduled. Tây Ninh province has studied and arranged a length of 16.5 hectares at Mobile border gate area to combine with the opposite land plot of over 1 hectares of Cambodian side, act as a common testing area for both export and import flows of Vietnam and Cambodia, proposing the Cambodian side to unify the use of the land to inspect common goods in order to conduct one-door, one-stop and Mobile private border gate.
The report of the People's Committee of the Ninh Province said that in 2019, the state budget revenue of the province were estimated at 9,366 billion Vietnam dong, up 17% compared to the estimate, and up 114% over the same period. For the first time in 5 years, the non-budget revenue had reached and exceeded the high estimation, showing the 4 branches and localities. Many budget revenue has grew over the same period, such as non-state revenue increased by 25.3%, state enterprise revenue increased by 4.4%, lottery revenue increased by 9.7%, registration fee collection increased by 29%, personal income tax increased by 25%, revenue from foreign invested enterprise increased by 56.6%. Notably, there are 9 districts and cities in the province met and exceeded the domestic state collection plan ahead of schedule, such as Châu Thành, Trảng Bàng, Tây Ninh, Bến Cầu, and U Minh Châu district, in which Châu Thành district leads the whole province with revenue reached and exceeding 114% of the whole year target 3 months ago. One highlight is that the custom has collected and exceeded 230% of the target set by the Ministry of Finance for the first time. This revenue also reached 99.8% compared to the target of the General Department of Customs adding to unit to try to collect in 2019, in which the import tax were 201%, the value added tax were 246%. Tây Ninh authorities, in coordination with other provinces and districts, has the common border of the Kingdom of Cambodia, where implemented the work curve, demarcating and landmark planting between Vietnam and Cambodia. To date, about 228 kilometers out of the 240 kilometers have been demarcated. 94 by 101 landmark locations have been identified, with 102 by 109 landmarks complete and 218 landmarks completed, including 172 minor landmarks and 46 seal pies. The Khmer Authority is in border station coordinate in regularly maintaining the propaganda campaign to mobilize people living in border communes to participate in reserving the boundary lines. Every month, the self-managing group border the milestones of the hamlets to maintain activities once with the participation of the border guard official and the branches, mass organization, content to notify the situation of internal and external, propagating broader agreements, treaties, and regulations, helping members understand and mobilize their related to abide and strictly implement them. Ladies and gentlemen, in the afternoon of December 18, 2019, the People's Committee of Taynan City cooperated with Asia Commercial Bank (ACB) to organize the program Journey I Love My Life. Attending the ceremony, there were Mr. Nguyễn Đức Thái Hân, Deputy General Director of Asia Commercial Bank.
Recently, along with focusing on business development, Asia Commercial Bank is also actively participating in activities for community life, in which Journey I Love My Life is a charity program implemented in many localities throughout the country. In Taynan City, Journey I Love My Life gave 50 bikes to secondary pupils and gave 150 gifts, each worth 500,000 Vietnam dong, including helmets, backpacks, notebooks, and some necessity for primary school pupils. Those are in difficult circumstances, but always know how to strive to achieve high academic achievements. The total budget for the program was over 140 million Vietnam dong, deducted from the Fund for Tomorrow for You of Asia Commercial Bank.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.